And that's when I realise they don't probe you if it's just a fire. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Yes, you dirty scallywags. Welcome back to another scintillating episode of Radio Rufus, where we get up to antics, tomfoolery, hijinks, and skullduggery alike. As always, we bring you the latest and greatest news, sports, and games. And I, the dashing Rufus Rice, am joined by my equally dashing co-host, Aidan. Say hello.
Hello.
Smashed it. As always, we bring you, it's your typical radio format, everything you could want from a typical radio show, but we put a twist on it. As always, we are brining in the salt water of our beautiful 60s radio studio, like the chunks of pork that we are. And today's episode is a special one. We've got a guest on our hands once again today. It is the unique but fascinating and hilarious Isaac HP. Welcome to the show, Big I. Come on. He's a man that I have the pleasure of personally knowing. I've been on his show before. We've matriculated within the same circles on TikTok. It says here in this little biography, you are a comedian, filmmaker, a driller, a member of the LGBTQ+ community, and you once gobbled on a knob for 10 minutes. So congratulations, Isaac. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, yeah.
You're also a man with dreams and aspirations.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Of being a world-famous and revolutionary film director, I believe. Something you would love to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've worked on a project with you before.
Yeah.
Twat.
That was my least successful short film.
What was your most successful one?
The Crucifixion.
What sort of numbers did it do?
That almost got 1 million views.
Oh, Jesus.
YouTube. For a short film, that's pretty decent.
That's
Not bad. It's an artistically challenging project. I would say.
Yeah, it's sort of Minions meet Jesus. Yeah.
If you like the Bible and Despicable Me, I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, it was the way of sort of the FBI actually funded that. To
Did
try
you?
and get Christianity down the throat of the youths. That's why.
Did you come up with the because it's called the Crucifixion,
Yeah.
like the character. Did you come up with the pun first and then make the film?
Yeah, well, I actually came up with the pun because I bought an actual crucifix.
That's the way around you approach.
Yeah.
You didn't see the film.
No. So I bought a crucifix from a vintage shop that was actually from a nunnery. So it was a massive... So the crucifixion that you see is a real crucifix that I bought from a vintage shop. It was 80 quid. It was from a nunnery. I asked them about it. They're like, yeah, this was in a school dinner hall.
Yeah.
In a nunnery where they would feed the kids.
So...
And I bought it. I took it home. And I just had like a massive crucifix in my bedroom.
Was it a real size?
Yeah, it was a real size one.
And
yeah.
so
Well, I don't know, like, it was a little bit too small for me, but it was good enough.
Right. As an expert, can you definitively answer the question, is a crucifix just 2 bits of wood for us?
It's more than 2 bits of wood.
Is it? What else?
Because sometimes you have Jesus on it as well. It's not
Yeah.
Did your one come with Jesus included, or was that an optional extra?
sold separately.
Yeah, it was a bit too expensive for the... He was doing other stuff. He was doing a birthday party at the time.
You have to get the battle pass.
Yeah. I couldn't get him in.
Lovely stuff. Are you working on anything at the moment along those sorts of lines? Any projects?
Yeah, I am. I'm working on a documentary series at the minute.
Okay, what are you documenting?
Other UK TikTokers. Not you, but other
Interesting.
UK people that are more like not comedians, more like people that have either on the drama side of it or are more like based on one meme or something like that. You know?
Is it like mockumentary or is it serious?
No, it's a real documentary.
Right,
I'm breaking character on it. I've been following people around for a while.
Yeah.
I've been following M.
You're not breaking character then?
Huh?
Just following people around?
I'm following people around, yeah.
Are you looking to become the sort of Louis Theroux of TikTok?
Yeah, we've actually got one of our cameramen is actually the person that filmed the Louis Theroux Stormzy documentary.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's actually like, not that I'm as good as Louis Theroux, but I have someone that, when I fuck up when we're filming it, I have someone that can just be like, Louis would do this, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Awesome. So what's the first episode we can expect of that?
There's one on M.R. coming up.
M.R. I think all our favourite Jamaican rapper from Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah. We go to his hometown.
Yeah.
We go to where he like grew up.
It's
And,
not.
and
it's
then we
not
go to a
Jamaica,
night, then we
just-
go to a nightclub appearance, then we go to a festival he does.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you too much about what actually happens. It is pretty crazy.
Very
Wonderful.
interested man
Yeah.
on M.R.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got him to like teach us patois, and after
The thing is about that is I'm not sure he knows.
he didn't. That's what I was about to say. Whenever we googled the actual meanings after, he didn't get a single one right.
Brilliant stuff. So hopefully, Isaac, this time I've been on podcasts with you before. I've watched you in a load of other stuff. So this time we've got a bit of a different format. We cover news, sports, stories. It's like a radio show.
Yeah.
So for you, this will be a try not to bring up childhood trauma challenge.
Oh fuck's sake!
Let's see if we can get through the whole thing as we get into our first segment. Welcome to Not News. This is the stories that hit the headlines this week. The Michigan roof ninja has been arrested. A crocodile has been shot and cooked for local residents. A man has entered a bank wearing a mask before asking you for money, apologising and leaving. And a female pedestrian has been struck by a police car and issued a citation for jaywalking. Right, let's get into it with our first story. The Michigan roof ninja has been arrested. We begin, as we love to do, in America, a country that has been visited so frequently on this show. It's now starting to feel like revisiting your local play place that you went to as a kid. Except when you went back there as an adult, you feel slightly uncomfortable and you realise it smells like piss. And a woman who was found living inside a sign on the roof of a Michigan supermarket told police officers who found her it was a, quote, old safe spot. The 34-year-old woman was found by police in the attic-like space inside the Family Fair sign on the 23rd of April. The woman had been living there for over a year and had a coffee maker, computer, bedding, phone, and even a printer. Which
Living in
means
luxury.
it was better equipped than my first-year flat. That. Yeah.
The university halls back home, there was like an article in the local newspaper comparing them to the prison cells in like our local prison, and the prison cells were honestly better.
Yeah.
They had kind of just recently been renovated. They had monitors, they had desk setups, and the halls are absolute shitholes.
The school I went to, the people who provided the food was the same people who do the prison food in this country.
Oh great!
Yeah.
Was it nice?
Thought you went to a posh school. What was that about?
Oh yeah, it was delicious, mate. We had a tandoor oven. They're just the same company. I don't think they have a tandoor oven in prisons,
Yeah,
but we had one at school.
don't they spunk in the food? Isn't that the like code? They
At
have
boarding school, they definitely do.
Yeah, like if you want to crack a nut out, you're allowed to do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the butter chicken. That's one of the main
Honestly, I
ingredients.
could not eat prison food because I'd actually just be like,
You love it.
I just know there'd be nut in it though. And not good nut, not from an attractive nut, not an attractive
You don't know the nut it came out of though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine it came from like Idris Elba or some shit. Like, well, what the fuck? Well, I don't fancy him. What the fuck? I don't want that big black nut in my mouth. What? What? Why? Why would you even say that?
I was gonna say.
Didn't put words in your mouth.
Why would you say that?
Could have
I-
put something else in his mouth. I was gonna say. This sounds. I've been to your house, right?
Yeah.
Have you moved since?
Not my family house. No, I haven't.
No,
I still live in the same gaff.
Yeah, right. He doesn't even have shelves in his house.
In the cupboards or just generally?
Like all of his items, all of his possessions are on the floor in his house. So
Like you got to realise that's the aesthetic I'm going for.
yeah.
Is it real like hippie where you're sitting on the carpet and meditating and stuff like
Sofas,
that?
mate.
Right, okay. At
He
least
has
there's that.
things, but they're all on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is this aesthetic? What would you describe it as?
What aesthetic?
Your house.
The aesthetic you're going for?
My house is good. Have you been? You have been there. Yeah, you just said you've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it though?
I mean, my house doesn't look like that. Let's just say that.
Yeah, but your dad owns your fucking house. Like, ridiculous. I had to come from the fucking bottom, mate.
Yeah, but Darcy, right?
Yeah.
Your mate,
Yeah.
bought you a shelving unit,
Yeah.
and you threw it away because you were like, I don't want any shelves.
Yeah, because so basically he bought me a shelving unit. Well, he gave me his mum's shelving unit, right? And one of the shelves fell off, so I just smashed it up. I smashed it up and I put it on the street.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just saw like a load of crackheads, which are like sort of the city worker ants, really. They just work for the council off grid.
Yeah,
They just like picked up the wood and I just saw them walking around.
Anytime I couldn't be bothered
yeah.
going to the skip, I would just leave it outside. And
What
people
does
would
a
come and lift it.
crackhead do with a plank of wood, though?
Mate, they have something to do with it.
But you think about their crack dens, they'll just bring it in there.
I suppose you can burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
It's
burn
heat
it.
source.
You can use it as like you can use certain planks just in case, like if anyone comes in your area, you have something to whack somebody with.
Weapon.
Yeah, like bits of nails off it. You know what I mean?
Barricades. Yeah.
But I understand the logic behind it.
Right.
You know.
Anyway, going back to this woman, she was asked how she found this location because obviously she's living inside of a sign.
Yeah. What kind of sign was it? Like a sort of
So imagine
no U-turn sign or what?
Imagine an American sort of supermarket.
Oh, like a billboard.
And then it had a big triangle. No, it's a shop.
She lived in a triangular
Big triangle sign on the top like that, but it's quite big and deep in America.
Yeah.
Oh,
as a lot of things
So
are.
it's three-dimensional.
Yeah.
She's not living.
Even their fucking signs are obese.
Yeah.
Isn't that mental? They got fucking deep fried signs in fucking America.
So she's not like living around the back of it. She's living in it, and she had space for all that stuff.
Fucking hell! Surely you can get a gaff if you're living in a sign in a fucking coffee maker, right?
She done well to get a year out of it though.
Yeah, I know.
How did they find her? Was she in one of them sort of
Yeah.
off-grid living YouTube channels?
So
My tiny homes.
Yeah. My tiny homes. Here's my sign I live in.
it's so funny how they found her. So police basically discovered her like weird roof dungeon when they were called to the store when builders who were working on the roof found an extension cord and followed it to inside the sign. And then the woman was just chilling in there when the police knocked down the
Charging up her iPad.
Yeah, exactly. And they said, I honestly don't know how she was getting up there. And there was no sign of a ladder, and she didn't tell them anything. So,
Wow.
she said that the sign was a place that was known basically only to her family, and it was like a secret for everyone else.
Wait, so this sign is like a family tradition.
Weird family.
It is,
Like
yeah.
back in the day, we used to live in the sign.
Yeah.
Now it's your time to shine in the sign. That's
Yeah.
strange, isn't it?
When asked about the future of the sign, she said, not anymore. Which I guess it's the end of an era for that family.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't know what the family is up to. I'm slightly suspicious about that. Is it like an after-school plough spot in the sign?
Yeah, it could be an undercover sex ring.
Yeah.
You know,
I think there's more to this
I think
story
Epstein could be involved.
than- Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the woman has been dubbed Roof Ninja after she emerged out. She was wearing full black with ski goggles on. So they gave her the nickname.
So is she like a vigilante?
Wait, who was wearing goggles? Sorry.
The woman was wearing full black and ski goggles when they arrested her. So they called her the Roof Ninja.
Why the fuck was she wearing that? Can't
And
we
well,
get
why
that,
was
though?
she on the roof?
She was living in the sign that was on the roof.
Oh, I thought that was a separate person.
Have you missed? Have you missed all the context?
I just thought that was a separate person. Wait, so she was in a sign wearing goggles and a fucking ninja suit?
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
I don't think she'd be moving into like her own house. I think she'd be moving into some sort of
she
hospital.
is a bit like Batman, though.
Yeah, do you reckon she watched Kung Fu Panda and like fucking was inspired?
Yeah, Batman, my favorite
Bat-
kung fu Batman character.
Fucking
But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. When she said, "Why'd you give me that nickname?" the police said, "Tell me that that's not cool," and she goes, "That's true." So that's an enthralling conversation.
There we go.
Yeah.
Was it in Florida?
It was in Michigan.
Oh, Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know much about that place.
No, me neither.
If you had to live inside one actual shop, what would it be?
Oh, great question.
An actual shop.
You
Yeah.
had to live inside one shop.
And it can't be
good
IKEA. IKEA is an easy shout because
Yeah,
you've got the
yeah,
food
yeah.
hall, you've got the beds.
Yeah,
you can
it's got
basically,
everything in there.
yeah.
Can I choose M&S?
Oh, you fucking posh little fuck.
I don't know what does M&S have like beds and stuff though.
Ooh,
Nah, M&S does. M&S
Home
pretty
section?
sure has an upstairs section.
Right.
Fucking hell, I sound a bit posh now. It does have an upstairs section, right?
The only thing
It's a members only club.
The
Yeah,
only,
they-
the only gripe I have with M&S is that the men's clothes are behind the lingerie, so you've got to walk through the lingerie to get to men's.
Yeah.
And I feel like a perv every time.
There's a fine line. You can't seem like you're sort of uncomfortable with it because
Yeah.
then you seem creepy. But also, if you spend too much time in it, you also seem equally as creepy.
You've got to walk past it like a normal man.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered by this, but also I'm not checking it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be sniffing anything.
No,
M&S need to sort their security out for sure.
really.
Yeah, because chavs are just like scared of it, right? They don't go in there. They just have no fucking like security. So when I was at college and I was so like poor in college, I had to borrow money from my nan to get the bus there, right? I'd have to rob up my lunch So to get my lunch, I have to rob up M&S. And I just realised they just had no security there because, like, poor people are just generally scared of the place. Like, they won't even go in there because they feel... So I would just go in there, get a prawn sandwich, bottle of Coke, and just, like, some sushi or something.
That's a pretty Tory meal deal for a person.
Some sushi.
Yeah. And I just, like, walk out. And I did that, like, for about 6 months straight, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And I never, ever got caught. And you literally... Because the tills are at the back... And there's no security at the front.
Yeah, it's like
so you just
Waitrose.
walk in, and I just pretended that I bought it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I just bought this.
If you
I
walk
just
out
acted
like you
casual.
bought it, and no one, if it's more so if you try and hide it or something, that'll look shady.
Yeah.
It's in Waitrose. Everyone is so old they wouldn't actually be able to catch you. Everyone who works there is all geriatrics. So big tip for anyone watching: if you want to rob somewhere, rob Waitrose.
Yeah, Waitrose, M&S. Just honestly though, if you do need food, rob it. Like, if you do need food, rob it. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
Like, this government here are trying to, like, really criminalise shoplifting. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you need food, fucking heist a fucking shop. You should be allowed to do that, for
Do you have any sort of moral boundary about this? Like, is there a thing that's like you wouldn't rob?
Yeah, I never robbed independent businesses, but
Yeah.
my mate had a magnet that you could take tags off of clothes.
Yeah.
So me and him would get the train up to Norwich. I'd have a tenner, and I'd like buy like a plastic bag and put like my jacket in it to make it look like I've already been to some clothes shops. And then we just go to loads of clothes shops and we just rob up stuff. And I'd come back with 200 quid worth of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is historical crime at this point.
Were you selling it on?
Like, huh?
Were you like selling these clothes?
No, I
or
was.
just
This
wearing
is
it?
for warmth. Like this was just because I did actually need clothes at the time. Like I did need clothes.
So that's a Radio Rufus cost of living crisis top tip. If you're struggling for money, theft.
I regret that though, because whenever I was in uni, there was a few months where like I was really, really skint, and I got to the stage where I had no money for a food shop, so I took all my PS4 games into CEX and traded them for cash. I wish I just robbed a fucking M&S now.
Mate, you should have done that. I once sold my Nintendo DS to get a bus.
How much did they give you for the DS?
$6.95.
Jesus.
That is the most uneven trade I've seen since the hostage
Mate,
crisis.
it had all my childhood photos on it. It was a DSi.
Oh, DSi too, you got shafted. I'd be looking at
It
these
was on-
20 quid.
it was
You
on-
officially failed the try not to bring up childhood trauma challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's bullshit.
At the start, I was going to say we'll give you one token for childhood trauma, but I think you've already surpassed that.
Yeah.
You have one more to cash in.
No,
That's
but
the
it was
podcast.
so like six. That was one bus.
Yeah.
I had nothing else.
Right, moving on to our next story then. And a problematic crocodile that was stalking both adults and children has been shot and cooked for a local Aboriginal community, Australian police have said. The 3.63 metre long reptile in my pants. Sorry. That was me trying to freestyle a joke about having a trouser snake on the fly, but it wasn't written in the script, so I didn't know where to go with it.
In my
The 3.63 metre long reptile moved into the town of Bulla following flooding earlier in the year. Apart from stalking kids, it had also, quote, taken multiple community dogs.
What reptile was this?
It's a croc.
A crocodile.
Crocodile, yeah.
In what, Milwaukee?
No, it's in Australia.
Oh,
Where'd you even get Milwaukee out of?
sounds like a crocodile place, doesn't it?
Following discussions with local residents, the crocodile was shot to ensure it did not continue to pose a significant risk to the community. It was then taken into town where the community prepared it for a feast in the traditional manner. And I'm going to give you one guess as to how the Australians cooked it.
They barbecued this fucker.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They spit roast.
It's just wrong, innit? They shouldn't have shot it.
Oh,
If it's,
what
if
would
it's
you-
trying to kill children.
Yeah, but if we had Steve Irwin back in the day, he would have fucking solved that.
Yeah, but look what happened to him whenever he was two kind animals.
Yeah, but that's with stingrays. Crocodiles was his thing.
I actually,
Yeah.
He tried to diversify the animals. He tried to...
I don't have much empathy for Steve Owen because I feel like that is the definition of if you fuck around, you find out.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I saw an episode of over COVID. I went and watched every single episode of that on YouTube at like fucking 4 a.m. And there was an episode where he got bit by a crocodile, and the crocodile broke its tooth on his boot, and he apologized to the crocodile because his tooth broke. And I was thinking,
Yeah.
you're waiting for yourself to get mangled, like.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was a great bloke and I applaud his work, but I think he had his priorities in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, was he a drug addict as well? What?
No?
No.
think
I
so.
don't know. I was just wondering if he was a drug addict. I don't know.
Do you have an inside scoop in this?
No. Oh yeah.
To
Imagine
be
if-
honest, I feel a lot calmer if I like had a spliff before I hung out with a croc.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'd be chill about it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So they popped it on the barbecue and turned its tail into soup. Sergeant Andrew McBride told the news in a slightly unconventional police interview. In addition, a few pieces were, quote, wrapped in banana leaves and cooked underground.
I don't agree with it being turned into soup. Because if you're gonna do something like this, make it a crocodile burger or something more something more
soup. Imagine showing up.
yeah.
It's like, oh, we got soup.
I think it
something
might
more
be
primitive.
Yeah.
I think it
Also,
might be the
would
sort
there
of spiny
realistically
bits.
be a bit of child in the fucking soup?
I don't think he actually got a hold of the children.
No, but there's definitely a bit of dog. So that's a great point.
Yeah, there's a bit of dog in.
A bit of dog in there. Yeah, yeah.
I'd want it to feel like a ritualistic sacrifice. You don't get that feeling with a bowl of soup. It needs to be more meat
Oh,
based.
so you
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Burgers, make it fun for the family. Who the fuck is gathering around for some fucking soup?
I
Yeah,
think
fuck
I
that.
think I'm imagining a sort of chicken broth situation where they sort of boiled the spine. Because there's a lot of I imagine a crocodile's quite bony. So you've got to make use of the whole animal. You know, you've got to boil the
Yeah, so it's a bit
bone.
that couldn't be turned into a burger.
They make like necklaces out of the teeth and all that and sell it at festivals and shit. What do?
They do that, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, you always see it, don't you, when you go to... Whenever you go to the beach...
You
it's always-
always see it.
No, but you always see like shark teeth and stuff, don't you, when you go to the beach?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're at like Hemsby or something. It's like, where are their shark teeth?
I think inland in Australia, where they don't have any water, they do crocs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
You ever seen one in real life?
Crocodile.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
don't think so. Maybe at a zoo or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever seen one. Anyway.
They refer to it as problematic as if this isn't like normal behavior for a crocodile though.
Yeah, it wasn't It wasn't like racist. No.
Was it only black children?
That would be a case.
Okay, I will. I'm not trying to say anything racial here, but I will just quote from the article. This was a local Aboriginal community.
Oh, what?
So maybe it is a racist crocodile.
Could be.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, if you're going to kill it, you may as well eat it. There's no point in killing it and just leaving it there to rot.
Oh no, I applaud this.
Yeah.
I think this is a great story.
Yeah, it's fucking karma for that stupid fucking...
Solve the problem and fill the few bellies at the same time, I think. Anyway, next story. A man has entered a bank with a mask on, asking for money before changing his mind, apologising and leaving. And like the shag you have the morning after a one-night stand because you've got to get up and go to your grandpa's birthday, this story is a cheeky quickie. A would-be bank robber had a change of heart last week, according to Olympia, Washington police. Last Monday, a man entered a bank of Washington Federal wearing a hat, gloves, and a mask. After he entered the branch, an employee approached him and asked him to remove the mask. He replied with, "Give me the money. Give me the money." Which... I feel like he skipped a few steps there.
He hasn't even got to the till.
He's gone balls deep straight away with the no warm up, no foreplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The man suddenly then said that he must be in the wrong place, apologised, and turned around and left.
Just instantly folded under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that's a crime? There is.
Nah.
You don't think that's a
He
crime?
just needs to go to therapy after that.
I think he needs to have more self-belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs motivating. This guy. Yeah, yeah.
If he had a bit more faith in himself, he actually might have got something out of it.
What's interesting about bank robbing is you want it. Like, there are sometimes bank robberies are committed, and the other people in the bank, the other customers, don't even know it's going on.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're doing it right.
Yeah, that's what you really want. You want it to be as quiet and normal as possible. You go up there, you slip them a note. It says, "I have a bomb. I want this much money,"
Yeah.
and they have to give it to
Yeah,
you.
stay calm. Yeah.
So calm. That's the bit I would worry about because I would be like quite excited. I think.
Yeah. Whenever
You'd
I
want
go
everyone
to
to
the
know.
bank, and you always know that there's a little button underneath the desk.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, oh, I could say anything right now. I could really get on the news, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wonder, like, what other places do they have that? Do they have that at WH Smith?
They had that in Domino's.
Fuck off.
I worked at Domino's
that's
and there was a
mental.
panic button under the till.
Well, in case someone stole some
If
pizza.
someone was trying to rob you or someone was trying to rob the tills or
Some
something.
fat fuck like me. Give me all your fucking pepperoni.
It was never
Like-
used.
You don't have loads of money at Domino's, right? I got a couple of £100 in the till. And
There was nights where you would do like £4,000 or £5,000 in sales.
Yeah.
you sell $5,000 of pizzas in one
Yeah.
night.
In big stores.
Right, but a lot of it isn't cash.
A lot of it is though. And they also, I don't know, maybe it is just some crack.
Well, what were you working in Ireland?
Yeah.
Yeah, cash is king.
They don't
in
have
Ireland.
they don't have contactless. I've heard.
No, they don't.
We haven't got banks yet.
No. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they
you
actually stash it in a shoebox.
You trade
A
stuff in.
hole in the bed.
Yeah.
You trade stuff in. You actually drove your car there and came back with 2 pizzas, but you had to walk home.
Oh, to be fair though, I've got cash in a minute, right? So we all got taken to this. How do you say it? We got taken. We all got taken to this like business dinner thing the other day.
Yeah.
It was like all of these like TikTokers, right? And
Didn't get an invite for that.
no, you didn't.
some reason.
Sorry, I mean I wasn't the one doing the thing, but
No.
so
I'm not bitter at all.
anyway, so it was like this like business thing, and they were like, it was this American guy, and he was like, the guy with the best TikTok idea wins $5,000, and everyone came up with an idea, and I came up with the second best idea, so he just chucked me $2,500.
What?
$2,500, yeah, and I halved it with my mate. So now I've got like $1,000 like in my sofa.
What did your friend do?
Is
to
this
earn
is
half
this
of
guy
it?
like an arms dealer?
I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. I don't know what's going on.
What was the point of the meeting?
We have no idea yet.
Are you keeping the cash on your
Like
floor?
it was to do with two businesses, like this guy who owns stakes in a load of production companies, and this other guy who like runs this app that's like similar to Patreon.
Right.
Yeah, but he just like gave me a wallet full of like a plastic wallet full of like $2,500.
Have you checked to see if it's real yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to the post. No, my mate cashed his grand in.
What did your mate do to earn the grand?
He was just with me. It was like a duo thing, but it was my idea.
Right.
He just-
I'd have
I
been
just-
keeping the two and a half.
Yeah, no, I was being nice. I was like, oh, you can have it, you know. But I've got like £1,000 in my sofa. Yeah.
On just sitting on your sofa?
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna keep it there. So it's like, yeah, I got £1,000 in my sofa.
Nice. I would have been shit at that. I wouldn't have come up with the best idea. So I'm actually not even.
But if you had been in his group, you would have got a grand.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, apparently this is not a crime legally. No weapon was shown. No threat was made. So police categorise it as a suspicious circumstance, and share the information with other law enforcement agencies to see if they're looking for a suspect. Anyway, on to our next story. You're going to like this one, Isaac. It's our favourite mini segment, American Unintelligence once again, and a woman walking on the street at night in Laredo, Texas, was issued a jaywalking ticket after getting hit by a police car. It was around 11 p.m. at night when she ran across a road and was just clotheslined by a cop car, leaving her with a bleeding kidney, broken neck bones, a shattered elbow, and a dislocated knee.
That's mental. What? And they just put a ticket on her body afterwards?
So the unnamed policeman, who's currently being investigated for drug and alcohol use, issued a jaywalking citation, and it honestly just gets worse from here because the woman was running away from a domestic violence dispute.
She was leaving Alex's house.
Yeah. Yeah, she was leaving Alex's house. That's a good joke. She was also pregnant at the time.
Fucking double kill.
It's
It's a 2-for-1.
Crazy.
Oh god. So she was airlifted to a military hospital and will be getting life-saving surgery there, and doctors are shocked that she managed to survive it at all. And the woman's family absolutely cannot believe that she's been issued. Well, let's just say one thing. That is jaywalking.
It is jaywalking. And if it's in an area where there is a high speed limit, it's not really the cop's fault. But the fact that she's lying there in critical condition, splattered across the tarmac, and they're writing a citation to put on her fucking
and she's
corpse.
pregnant, and she's running away from Alex's house. So I think...
See, that's what America has lost that we still have, is a little bit of fucking decency. like if we
think
had
they
jaywalking here, if that
Yeah.
was a law here, and that happened, we'd just be like, all right, we're gonna fucking...
It would cancel out.
Yeah, we'll cancel it out. We'll be like, all right, that's not logical at this point.
It's like a double
But
jeopardy
America,
type thing.
they're so law-abiding fucking neeks to the point where they do that to a fucking pregnant woman running away from domestic violence. That is so fucked.
How badly do you have to be injured for it to be cancelled out?
That injured, for
Even
sure.
if
Yeah.
I graze my knee,
Yeah.
especially if something's broke straight away, that's cancelled out.
I think if you get hit by a fucking car,
It's
Like-
the only thing more ironic is getting run over by an ambulance, which I've always thought is a hilarious thing to happen. to
Yeah.
someone. Or the fire station burning down, a policeman being arrested, all this sort of stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
Those-
like a Banksy fucking painting. Yeah.
True irony. Moving on to our sports segment now. Isaac, you're a lover of sports.
Yeah.
That was convincing. What's your favourite sport?
Probably fucking.
Fucking cool.
Yeah.
Let's move on. And you're going to love this story as well because it involves your two favourite things.
What?
Competition and meat. Joey Chestnut, the 16-time hot dog eating world champion, has been banned from the globally recognised Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest after signing an exclusive brand deal with a vegan company. The 40-year-old Mr. Chestnut, which, like, chestnut sounds like what I do at the end of a show.
What's a chestnut?
Chestnut.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He truly represents the peak male athletic form and is the most dominant athlete in sporting history, having won the world championship all but 1 year since 2007. That's pretty incredible.
That is very dominant, yeah.
In the 2021 contest, he ate 76 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes.
Wow.
76.
Think you'd be good at this, Isaac?
Of course, mate.
I'm alright at it.
You alright?
Yeah.
You have practiced.
Have you practiced 73 times?
I'm not that much of a limpy gay. I tell you that for sure.
You're like a part-time.
I ain't got lockjaw yet, mate.
I think it's all a technique thing. Like, I think you've got to be able to open up the throat and just sort of slide them in.
Yeah,
rather
it
than
is
trying to actually eat them.
It is kind of sus being this good at throating sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think have you seen them do it? They dunk it in water and then press it down like that. And
Did he go to an all boys school?
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah. Is that his name? Joey Chestnut?
Joey Chestnut, yeah.
Fucking hell. More like Joey Chest fucking gay.
That was a good one. That was
right.
That will stay in the edit.
Or like fucking gay shit.
Just to clarify, Isaac has the pass.
Yeah.
I don't think I even do, to be fair.
You suck the dick, you have the pass.
No, I've been with a few men, like, but that ain't the past. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
what is the pass, do you think?
No, it's living the life.
suppose-
It's like, you know what I mean?
Let's not remind you do live in Brighton.
Yeah, but that still doesn't give me the pass.
If he sucked a black
Listen-
man's cock, it doesn't give him that pass.
Yeah, I don't have. Listen,
Right.
I don't think I haven't been in the lifestyle enough. Like, I'm like the Macklemore of gay. Like
Entry level.
I have.
Sorry.
Like I've been in it a bit, you know, but it's not like I don't think I have the pass. You know what I mean? Like to really
You're saying
be
because
gay.
Macklemore fell off, like he's not a rapper.
No, he's just not black, is he?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
He's not banging out the. Is he banging out the N word? He's not, is he?
I don't think so.
No, he's not. He's not good.
I don't even
just
think
have to check.
Eminem is.
No, Eminem. No, everyone thought that was going to be his last song with Slim Shady, didn't they? Did you see that meme?
You got to fill me in on this. No.
That he did his last. It was his last Slim Shady song, and all the comments, all these kids being like, "Oh, we all thought he was going to say it."
Hey, they're like 25 years too late. He was doing loads of them back then.
Mate, that song was fucking wet though, wasn't it?
It was a bit shit.
I don't-
Abracadabra.
It wasn't even like
No, Houdini is called.
yeah, Houdini, but like
I
Gen
haven't
X,
heard it.
Gen X are acting like we didn't also grow up listening to the most vulgar Eminem shit.
Yeah, I
Like,
fucking loved Eminem.
yeah, we all grew up listening to that shit. I don't know if you ever got into that.
It wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, you were more of a back guy, right?
Back.
Was it called Bark?
Bark.
Yeah, Bark. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were more of a. What did you listen to?
Coldplay.
Oh.
Yeah. Coldplay are like the Eminem of soft alternative 2000s rock.
Yeah. Coldplay is like the Taylor Swift of rock.
Yeah, really. That's a good one. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
It's got a bit west in it. Got a bit west.
Let's go back to hot dogs. He actually holds 55 competitive eating records, which I didn't even know that it's possible to have that many categories of record for this.
Yeah.
Last year he fell short of his own record, but still put away an impressive 63 sausages, and he blamed his poor performance on stormy weather.
That is such a bad excuse.
I'm not quite sure how that affects the sport, especially whenever he said he dips it in water anyway. So surely it's just more lubed up.
Yeah, it is like saying I've got toothache because I had a haircut.
He sounds like a man that's past his prime.
he's
Yeah.
like, he's
This-
going to go to Saudi.
That's what I was about to say.
He's going to start eating halal dogs in Saudi.
Him going to the vegan sausages, is that equivalent?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
He's signed up with Big Vegan and he's moved abroad.
It's not good for the sport. It's mercenary behaviour.
Yeah,
Yeah. How much money was he given to go vegan?
it's not been stated, but basically after signing the endorsement, the Impossible Sausage, Impossible Burger guys.
Yeah.
So he's with them now.
Okay.
He'll miss out on the World Championships because it's sponsored by another company, and the sponsor prohibits the eaters from endorsing competitor brands. The contest's governing body, Major League Eating, MLE,
Jesus.
added that they were devastated by the news. For nearly 2 decades, we have worked under the same basic hot dog exclusivity provisions. However, it seems that Joey and his managers have prioritized a new partnership with a different hot dog brand over our long-term relationship. It would be like Michael Jordan saying to Nike, "I'm going to represent Adidas too."
It's a bit of a false equivalence there.
I think the stakes aren't quite as high.
Imagine reading this news out to like a poor African village.
Well,
Like no, I'm being serious.
I know
though.
what you mean, yeah.
I'm being serious though. Like this is America's so fucked. They have this. This is what they're doing with their food.
Yeah, it's good to see that
They have a league.
they hold themselves in high regard, comparing themselves to fucking Michael Jordan, though.
but he's what I'm trying to say. He's better at hot dog eating than Michael Jordan was at basketball.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because he's won it 16 times.
Is he the best ever sportsman then? Is that your argument?
My argument is that he's the most dominant athlete in sports history.
No, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
But he hasn't won the World Championship 16 times.
Yeah, to be fair, he's like 7, isn't it?
7, yeah. So
Real Madrid.
that's
a team, yeah, true.
team. Like, it's not
Yeah.
a bloke.
Good point.
Like, name an athlete who has won a World Championship 16 times.
What about a professional fighter that had like 16 title defenses?
Yeah, Tyson Fury, has he done that?
Is there one?
He got beat.
Is there one?
There's definitely, Floyd Mayweather was an undefeated champion.
Floyd Mayweather's probably...
Yeah, that's probably a good shout. But I feel like this is more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever watched Beard Meets Food?
Yeah, bloke who eats a lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
He just puts it away, like, insane quantities.
I love watching those.
And he's a tiny man.
He is, isn't he?
I don't know how...
Who is the Asian fella that used to do that? Matt Stone, is it?
Yeah.
He used to do all the
Matt
eating
Stoney.
competitions.
Yeah.
He would just like 20 boxes of McDonald's around him and he would devour it all. And he was just like real skinny fella.
Apparently they don't eat anything in between the challenges, which must be true.
Surely you have to puke it out though if you're not putting on the weight. Especially after eating so much, you would feel sick. So maybe that's what they do.
God knows. I saw a video of a man who ate 100,000 calories in one day once, and he literally looked pregnant
Jesus.
because he was so bloated. And
Yeah.
the last shot of the video, I'll never forget this, was him like staring into the distance like he'd just come back from Nam, and he's sitting on the toilet and his stomach is out like this, and he's just holding it there, just full of regret and tears. It's brilliant. Highly recommend that. Impossible Foods launched a statement saying it supports Chestnut in any contest he chooses to participate in, adding that meat eaters shouldn't be exclusive to just one wiener. So advocating for sleeping around, I think, is what that is.
Open relationships.
Open relationships. Then the New York Mayor Eric Adams joined in for some reason, telling MLE to stop being such weenies. That's a quote on social media, calling them to allow Chestnut to take part in the contest. I feel like the mayor has probably got better things to do than that.
Yeah, sort out the homeless crisis and shit.
Yeah. This shouldn't be on his radar.
Yeah.
We've had the governors get in, we've had the sponsors get in, the mayor, and now Netflix has hopped on the back of this as well.
They have.
So they snapped up Chestnut and another competitive eater, Takeru Kobayashi, for a new special that they're producing. They last went head to head in 2009, so it's going to be a bit of a rematch. So broadcasting on 2nd September this year, Chestnut versus Kobayashi unfinished beef. We'll see the two race to eat the most beef hot dogs possible.
I'll be staying up for that one.
Yeah, I actually, I'm thrilled about that. Yeah. That's going to be awesome.
Get the boys round.
This is my Euros.
So see those two fellas you were talking about? Is that like the Messi and Ronaldo of the hot dog eating world?
I think so. I think this is if you like. It's not a great example, is it? This is going to be like a classic Nadal Federer Wimbledon final,
Yeah.
all over again. It's going to be awesome. So I can't bloody wait for that. Fantastic stuff then. Let's move on to our next segment. This is Gamey Schumer. This is the games round.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah. Today we're playing one of our favourite games. We played it a couple of times on the show. It is Who Can Name the Biggest Number? So it's a turn-based game. As always, we're going to be kind and let the guest go first. So Isaac, if you'd like to say a number.
Google. Is it Google? Googler.
I'm going to need a confident answer from you.
What are you saying?
Isn't like Google like the biggest number
No, you just have to say the biggest number.
that I can think of?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that you can think of, yeah.
So-
A Google is a number.
yeah, a Google.
Yeah. That's how you'll answer.
Yep.
One Google.
A billion Googles.
A billion Googles.
Infinity Google.
You can go-
No, infinity's not a number, it's a concept, so you can't say
Oh,
infinity.
sorry, you fucking neek.
Well, I'm just we can't all be saying infinity.
yeah, alright.
Do you like to go second, Rufus?
No, we always play anti-clockwise.
Can I change it? A Google Googles.
A Google Googles.
Two Googles.
Right. You've made this really tough for me. But I will have to go 3 Google Googles and win the game. Unfortunately. I always win. I always go last as well, but
Yeah. It's funny how that works out.
yeah. Crazy. So what a fantastic round. Another big win for me. Now let's move on to our next segment, Questionable. This is where we ask our audience a question of the week and we read out your most interesting responses. A lot of people fuming at me in the DMs this week, asking why it's week 18 and they still haven't been on the show. Write something interesting, you twat, and then maybe you'll get in.
Yeah.
Right. Today we asked you, what was your biggest main character moment? Does one come to mind for you, Isaac, if you look back across your life? I feel like a lot of your life is spent as the protagonist, so
Fucking hell, is that an insult? What's the protagonist? What does that mean?
The main character.
main character.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you meant like the side character. Yeah.
No, protagonist
That's
is
good.
the main guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I won at bowling the other day.
Okay, that was interesting.
Any strikes?
I got 4 strikes in a row.
Jesus.
I'm so
I got,
shit at
I got
bowling.
180 points.
Fuck me, that's actually pretty good.
Is-
Yeah, and the person who came second got 110.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
Is
really
bowling
good.
rigged? Because I was playing a few weeks ago and I was putting it with power straight down the middle and it's just the pins just weren't
You
going
think
down.
someone's controlling the ball?
I think it's like, like a claw machine where they'll let you win it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because
No, bowling isn't rigged. Your mojo wasn't there.
my mojo was fucking there.
No, it wasn't. You're saying that because there was probably a girl there you were trying to impress.
it wasn't.
But
I was there with my family.
Well, you were probably trying to fuck your mum. Freudian. You know? You're
What I do with my mum
I
is none of
don't-
your business.
It's incredible how quickly we got to that conclusion. I've sort of lost the thread there.
My mum wasn't even there. Was there I'm not even going to bring up my younger brothers because this fucker will
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
fuck them.
So, wait, how many points did you get?
Maybe like 90 or something.
I lost a bet once. I bet 20 quid on winning a game of bowling and I got 37 points.
That is bad.
37.
37's bad. Yeah.
You need
I'll
to put.
get like 6 a fucking go for that. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shit at games in general.
Do you put the barriers up?
No.
You need the next time with that score.
Yeah. I need the ramp.
That's embarrassing. You can't have
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always getting 37.
Yeah, 37's bad.
37's really bad. Anyway, I reckon I'd probably lose to Stevie Wonder. And he can't even see.
Nah, he's definitely because he can hear it.
Yeah.
We
Plus,
also-
we established he's not actually.
We
blind.
also, on this show, we famously think Stevie Wonder's not blind.
There are some, yeah.
Because how does he play the instruments?
question.
No, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and try and play the tune.
Okay, right. This is quite good. We've never done an experiment on the show before.
But if you're so good, you can do it.
Yeah, it's muscle memory.
Yeah, it's muscle memory. Like the amount of guitar.
Like, I can type
They
on
don't
my
look
phone.
at the guitar while they're doing it.
I can type a sentence in my phone without looking.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's...
It's like the easiest thing to do on the guitar.
Yeah, I
do
mean...
something. But do something. Fucking.
Okay, right.
You're looking.
Oh, I cocked it up.
Yeah, but you're not that bad though. So like, imagine being blind for ages. You would just get good at it. Look.
I think we might have just debunked that theory.
He might be able to see.
No, it's
No, he
not.
might be
That's
blind.
That's just like people that aren't blind just not understanding people that are blind.
But, like, he never saw it. I know...
You can't-
I've looked
you
at it
can't.
before.
Yeah.
That Stevie Wonder is blind.
Like, but he doesn't even know what a piano looks like.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he can't play it. Like, what? You have to understand what a piano looks like to play
You
it.
see what I mean?
That's
Like,
just.
it's.
That's
I think
just like.
it's easier for me to play it now because I've seen it before.
That's just able-eyed people not understanding what it's like to be
You're
blind.
on our team.
I'm not on your team. Just because I have eyes that can see doesn't mean I'm not on your. I'm on your team, right? I'm on Stevie Wonder. I watched the Paralympics, mate. I see what they can do.
That would be great if they did like the 100 meters, but they were all blind.
Yeah.
Is that one?
What?
But they don't know where the finish line is.
That's again like
There's probably a bell.
There's ways around it.
Yeah.
Like blind football, they put a bell in the ball, I think.
Yeah, they put a bell in the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a bell in his piano. That's not
But it's like,
But the piano makes a sound, you fucking idiot.
I understand the argument for he's never seen it, but like at the same time, it's just muscle memory. Like blind people have never seen their cock, but they still know how to have a wank.
That's a really good point. I'm now on your side.
Yeah.
That's converted me. Anyway, let's get into the responses. A guy was bullying me in year 8, so I pretended to be gay so he couldn't beat me up anymore. All of his friends dropped him because they now believed he was homophobic, and he came crying to me about how I made him lose all his friends. School must have changed since
That's
I
very
was in
progressive.
Year 8. Yeah, he must have gone to like the school they go to in like Victorious. You know what I mean?
Genuinely though, like back whenever we were in school, those people would have got bullied. They would have been the ones getting beat up. You wouldn't have lost friends over apparently being homophobic in the bullies.
No, you would
Well,
have made
yeah.
friends.
Yeah,
who were
yeah.
Homophobic back in the day, definitely.
Yeah, homophobia was thriving.
There was someone in my school that he was like very openly gay, wore makeup and stuff like that, and someone on a night out gave him like a really bad beating, and then like 4 years later he came out as gay himself.
Yeah.
It's always the case.
Yeah.
Really, it's repressed stuff, is it?
Yeah.
Depressed.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I don't. Yeah, this is a weird story because I think in year 8 pretending to be gay would definitely get you beat more. So maybe we've changed for the better as a society.
It's good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Some gay people, friends of a lot of girls. If you're trying to be friends with the girls, you don't want to pick on the gay friend.
Right, because that's their mate.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Obviously don't pick on gay people as well. That's bad.
What age did you realise you had like some sort of urge?
Good question.
I'd say like, I don't know. I think I had it for a while, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is it true that like?
But I wasn't really. Where I'm from is quite homophobic. So
You're not from Brighton?
no, I'm not from Brighton. I'm from Norfolk.
Oh, right, okay.
So
okay.
like,
I think you moved to Brighton and then it happened.
I moved to Brighton, then it was like, oh, this is it's
Okay here?
no one
Yeah.
gives a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
and that's it is. It's not a safe haven. Homophobia is still a thing there.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? People always think, oh, you can just no. Like, I know gay couples that don't want to walk. They don't walk down the streets holding hands in Brighton.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect place.
It is. It's probably the like most open-minded place about it in this country, though.
It
wouldn't
is
be?
for sure.
Yeah.
It is for sure. Like I've had like I was on the because I live like on the seafront, so like where all the clubs are,
Yeah.
the gay clubs and stuff, and people from London always come down, and there was this girl with like a Cockney accent like came down, and she was like drunk and she was pissed off with this gay club. And it's right near my house, and she was shouting at him, calling him all sorts of slurs.
Yeah.
Like saying, you gay fucking, like saying shit like that. And I opened my window and I said, get the fuck off this street, you bitch. Get the fuck off this fucking street. And then like the security came on and they fucking,
Jesus.
like escorted her
That's
out.
exactly-
It was so
You
funny.
just set the hounds on her?
Yeah. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That's a great story because I see exactly the sort of thing I imagine you doing.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I just imagine, like, I always love doing, like, there's always chaos on the street. I always open my window and I just say shit at them. Like,
What do you think about the notion that like, if you people are gay, like they were always gay from the beginning, but they just
I don't know the theory.
I don't know.
Maybe they always are, but they don't realise until they come into some sort of, I don't know, environment to make that a realisation.
Yeah. I'm not sure. We'll have to leave that one.
This is very 1960s, by the way. Like, being gay has just been a thing. We're like, what is it? Like,
So if there
is it because of LSD? Let's find out.
Anyway, next one. Midway through a GCSE maths paper, the shitty fold-out chair I was on broke, and I had to get taken out in a wheelchair to go to hospital because I broke my tailbone.
Say that again.
Where do you want me to go from?
So from the start, sorry, that was like,
Midway through a GCSE maths paper, the shitty fold-out chair I was on broke, and I had to get taken out in a wheelchair to go to hospital because I broke my tailbone.
It's a hard one to come back from.
Yeah, that's negative aura. That's negative generational aura.
A guy fainted in my uni exam, and I was sitting there going like,
Just get up.
"The fuck." No, like he was passed out for a bit. I thought he died for a bit.
Yeah.
And I thought like we should get 10 minutes extra for that because I've been distracted. By that. Yeah. They didn't. I didn't do very well in that exam.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bit unfair, but also like
imagine if there's like a girl you like.
Yeah, and you pass
wheeled out the fucking exam. She's seeing you.
That's what I mean. Like, walking out, and you look like such a dickhead in that totally silent exam hall,
And everyone's trying to focus. How are you doing?
The only thing you can hear is the creaking of your own wheelchair.
Yeah. And this like grunts.
Yeah, great one.
There was a fight in one of my exams once. And everyone just had to like people just swinging at each other, and we just had to be like,
you were popping down like a bit of theorem.
yeah. It's like I was trying to fucking figure out Pythagoras, and like people getting knocked out. It was mental.
Was there ever a thing in your schools where the students would say that if someone dies in the exam, everyone gets like the top grade?
Yeah,
that was.
Everyone passes or something. Anyway, next one. I felt like the main character when I sent my first nude. I felt like an absolute beast of a male. Turns out she was into girls.
Yeah.
Unsolicited then?
I cut out a bit of context from that to make it funnier. I think she was his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah. Also, though, like sending your first nude shouldn't make you feel like the man.
It's a shameful act.
It's not exactly like insane, is it? Like
you feel bad about it after, I think.
Yeah, like if I'm sorry, but if you feel like the man after sending your first nude, you need some fucking help.
I'm still waiting.
Like,
You've never done one?
never.
No.
Mental.
Actually,
There we go.
Because I was seeing a girl, we were in a bit of a situationship, and for a laugh, I thought this was going to be funny.
It's not about to be funny, is it?
No, I on Father's Day, because I thought it was funny, I sent her a knob pic. She was like, "That's not funny at all."
On Father's Day?
Yeah, because Daddy.
It would have been better to do it on International Women's Day.
Oh no, it was International Women's Day. Sorry.
There you go.
Crazy.
It's because I think the
crazy.
reason it was bad is because I'd hyped it up like, "Oh, I'm getting you a big present."
That's got to be the most like.
It bombed really bad. I have to say.
And you famously have a MWC, as you've said in this podcast.
A medium weight cock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, right. A homeless guy was looking for some attention, so I stole his food.
What? A homeless guy was looking for that's all they wrote?
Yep, that's all it wrote.
A homeless guy
Was looking for some attention.
so wait, what do you mean some attention? Like
I don't know, like he was,
someone's like, give me attention. Like
Well, he was looking for something.
what, just acting out? Or
Yeah, acting out. So I stole his food.
what the fuck?
Main character moment, apparently.
Okay.
I was in a computer lesson in school. A pigeon flew straight through an open window, causing a massive ruckus. The teacher asked at least 5 people to try and herd it back out of the window, but nobody wanted to go near it. So I walked over, literally grabbed the bird out the air and threw it back out the window like a rugby ball.
That's pretty
Smooth.
sick.
That's epic.
Yeah, that's better than the wheelchair incident. For sure. Hopefully that's the same guy.
The wheelchair is
Like he got off the wheelchair. I've recovered.
I had something like that happen in school where I was walking down the corridor as we were coming out of PE, and I had just put a piece of chewing gum in my mouth, and you weren't allowed to chew that in our school, so the teacher was like, right, you have to spit that out.
Yeah.
So I spat it up, and on like the half turn kicked it, and it went straight into the bin, and everyone went wild. Like,
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is banging.
Was it like a little James Rodriguez sort of?
yeah, it was on the fucking swivel.
Yeah.
And then just straight into the bin. Not even off the backboard, just nothing but net.
That's incredible.
I remember once I had a pen that ran out, so I tried to throw it in the bin, and I lobbed it, and then it hit the teacher in the arm, and I got a day in isolation for assaulting a teacher.
Hang on.
assaulting it.
Let's just circle back to day in isolation.
Yeah, I got a day in isolation.
That's not a standard punishment.
We had that. It was called an internal suspension, though, where ours was bad, though. They put you in a room with no windows and you had to sit in it all day.
Yeah,
You can't do that. That's against human rights.
They put you in a cubed off bit. We were in like a cubed off bit, and I just read, the book Holes.
Yeah.
I just said, I need to revise Holes.
Big fan of Stanley Yelnats.
Yeah, I used to just read that, and it was like watching the film. I realised that's when books were good.
Oh, so it's actually a positive educational experience.
Yeah, I learned how to read, basically, in isolation.
That would have been viewed as a war crime in the school I went to.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I got it for as well? Selling sweets. You weren't allowed to sell sweets.
That's just wrong, innit? Not selling sweets, but then punishing you.
I was an entrepreneur. I was making so much. I'll never make that money again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong, innit?
So I got an internal suspension and just had to sit and look at a wall all day.
Oh, this country needs to start championing
It was
free-spirited entrepreneurs at a young age.
Yeah.
It's actually wrong that you get punished
I agree.
for making money.
Yeah.
I
sold to some of the teachers as well. Some of them were cool and they didn't really care, but then there were some fucking jobs worths that just wanted to cause a fuss. But there was one Maz teacher that bought a Kit Kat chunky of me one day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Next
Pretty
one.
decent.
I had a threesome with my mate and his wife.
How is that a main character moment?
There's 3 of you. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's solely a joint main character moment. Or it's
a team bonding.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could look at my mate in the eye after fucking his wife.
That's the thing. I wouldn't want to do this.
Like, it depends how.
Would you rather fuck the mate or the wife, though?
Huh?
Would you rather fuck the mate or the wife?
I'd have a go on both.
Right.
Gonna look both of them in the eye.
Equal opportunities.
Yeah.
If this opportunity arose,
Yeah.
obviously you wouldn't do it.
What exactly just fucking...
How do they... It's just said my main character moment was having a threesome with my mate and his wife.
Absolutely not. Never.
Yeah.
In any situation.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
I couldn't have a threesome with a mate.
But they're just, that happens when people are just really coked up.
Yeah.
And they're really at the end of the night. It's like, oh, do you want to fuck my wife?
Yeah.
Is that how people become swingers?
I think so, yeah. They get they don't want the night to end to the point where the only way of staying
Keep it
up
going
is
is to
giving your
offer that
wife away
wife.
to your mate, yeah. Oh, let's fuck my wife.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
This one, next one is legit. Fielders were told to step back when I played rounders. That is legit.
Yeah.
Wait, that is good, yeah.
You know you've got
'Cause you were a
power behind
threat.
that thing.
Yeah.
You were a big hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a serious one. You strike me as the sort of bloke who...
I was a big hitter.
You were a big hitter.
Yeah. Like I was putting it into the fucking field.
Problem is...
What, over the fence?
Yeah.
Hanging.
We had an fenced off AstroTurf.
Yeah.
And if you got it in there, like, they'd have to run all the way around to get it back, so it was a guaranteed, I don't know, homer? It's not a home run in rounders, is it?
It's just a rounder, isn't it?
A rounder.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, great. In the middle of lunch break in high school, my girlfriend at the time asked me if I wanted a shag in school. It was my bright idea to go to... Where would they do it?
Disabled bog.
Yeah, disabled, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To do the deed. Little did I know that she had told her friend group that her plan was to shag during school, and so after we left for the toilets, my group of lads wandered over to her group of friends to ask where I was. They said we'd gone for a shag, and they knew exactly where we would be. After a very underwhelming 5 minutes for her, we left and were greeted with cheers, claps, and dap-ups by half the year group.
That's crazy.
They had told everyone passing by to stand outside and wait for me. Best moment of my life.
It's like a guard of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you reckon the guy with the tailbone was waiting outside?
He was trying to get in.
You like reach out to him and he's healed. Rise, brother. Says best moment of my life here. I'm not sure if that's happened to me. It would be the best moment of my life. Like, I think I'd be a bit embarrassed.
What is the best moment of your life?
Well, if we're going along the themes of this, my first kiss was my main character moment. I thought it was at house party, end of the year, sort of year 9, year 10, one of those years.
Yeah.
And I'd been, vibing with this girl over the course of a year. She'd been dating other people though. But we were both there at that house party, and for the first time, we were both single, ready to mingle.
Yeah.
We went round to the hedge, and she kissed me, if anything. And it was the culmination of a year's worth of built-up sexual frustration, all released in one.
Did you come?
No. And then, like, walk back around. I've got a lipstick on my face. Everybody's there.
Got
It's
proof.
Like, it's like a movie. It's like a movie kiss.
Yeah.
It's a big release for all of us. She tells me that she wasted time with all those other losers.
Fucking hell, she bigs you up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And then, like, everybody was there. Fireworks going off. It
It
was all.
sounds so American, doesn't it? This
It was.
situation.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That's
it was.
why,
In,
because you're like more international school, so you got the more.
yeah.
You got the Hollywood experience, but you got the shabby fucking UK experience. Fucking cracking the disabled toilets and shit, you know.
the Bollywood experience. it's just the worst bathroom you've ever seen.
Some of the stuff I hear that happened in his school that they got like detention for, and then the equivalent of what
Yeah,
you would
our
need to
stuff
do.
was like actually.
You know, I got in trouble.
I've done substances in school.
Yeah, a lot of ones in
You
our
know,
school. would have.
We've
very
said this
classic, yeah.
story a few times, but I got in trouble for saying I didn't like vegetarian food at school.
But you got a detention for that.
I didn't get a detention, but I said it in an assembly when I was giving a presentation about vegetarian food.
You got
And I had to go up to, in the next assembly, I had to go up and apologise.
Bro, my school was rough, right? I remember in tutor, like, it was like a mixed year tutor, so it was like year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all in one room, like mixed
Yeah.
in one room. And this guy, he wanted to go to the toilet, and the tutor wouldn't let him. He was like, oh, there's 5 minutes left, like, you can go afterwards. And he was like, no, I'm going to go. He whipped his cock out in front of everyone.
Just pissed.
In front of everyone.
No.
Went in the corner of the tutor, pissed on one of the computers. In front of everyone. There was this other guy when I was in like year 7, right, in tutor. And every now and then he'd get his cock out, sit in the back of class and put his PE sock over it and go like that, like a puppet.
That's so fucking strange.
It was the most mental thing I've ever seen in my life. It was crazy.
Do you hear that? Phone's ringing.
Has
Lovely.
JFK been assassinated? What was this?
Lovely. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Well, I've just had some breaking news in Down the Wire from our crime and punishment correspondent, Cal the Shagan, bringing you some absolutely baking hot news. This is today's news. Today, of course, being the 21st of March, 1963. The infamous American island prison, Alcatraz, known for the home of I'm Alex and Isaac's dad, has shut his back doors after 36 years of operation. Known for drug smuggling, bumming, and escape attempts, Cal the Dragon is a great correspondent. Now onto the prison. It has a storied history. Last year, 3 brothers successfully escaped the prison using papier-mâché dolls as decoys, escaping through an air vent and paddling away into the night. Those chaps have still not been located, and rumour has it they are snorting lines off the rear arse cheeks of caked-up Brazilian batties in Rio. There was also the Battle of Alcatraz in 1946, so about 20 years ago now, where 6 inmates overpowered the guards and held 2 hostage in a deadly shootout that ended with the Marines gassing the escapists. So, R.I.P. Alcatraz. As always, we test whether the guest has read the prep document to see how well he can cope with the format of this particular segment. Isaac, what are your thoughts on this?
I think they should be found.
Yeah, the escapists.
Yeah, the escapists. I
Yeah.
think they should be found for sure, and taken back to justice. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff there.
What do you think their chances are of survival in Alcatraz Island?
Alcatraz Island.
Yeah.
In the prison.
How
On
do you
the
think
island?
How do you think you would
Oh,
do?
on the island.
Yeah.
Well, if I'd give in to the bumming. Well, in the prison or on the island.
Well, you can bum
Imagine-
anywhere.
Imagine escaping prison and still getting bummed.
That's,
Sorry, what?
that's new levels of being someone's
imagine,
bitch.
imagine escaping prison, going to a petrol station for a fucking shower, dropping the soap there and getting bumped. That would be terrible.
What are we
wouldn't
on?
it? that would be West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think you would do in prison, though?
I'd do alright because I can beatbox.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
How is that going to stop you getting bummed?
Well, because the rappers in there, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of rappers in prison. A lot of people can spit bars.
Yeah.
You know, they need someone. I've seen so many prison freestyles, and there's no beat to it. Right? Get me in there.
Yeah.
I can lay a beat to it,
Yeah.
Plus, I'm known on TikTok. It'll be like, why is Isaac HB beatboxing to some some fucking prison freestyling?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It'll be like, oh, because he's a fucking legend.
Those would bang on TikTok, wouldn't
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
fucking bang.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I'd beatbox. That's my skill. Or I'd go into the education service, and I'd teach people how to
Big
what am I
box.
good at beatbox. It'll be like the ADHD classes, you know.
Would you try and bust out of prison if you were in there?
Bust out of prison.
Yeah.
Quite
Keeping in
hard,
mind
isn't
that if you get caught, you're going straight back to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Back then,
who
it was probably the
guy?
electric chair, wasn't it? In times, if you tried
Yeah,
to,
they had the electric chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would
So you
whack
might-
anyone
if-
on that, wouldn't they?
if you get caught, you will probably be killed.
Yeah.
So do you
this
think
is
you'd
the
try it?
60s, escaping in the 60s.
But they literally broke out with like a spoon. Like,
Yeah.
But-
they weren't big. It wasn't a lot of security.
They've spent. Have you ever seen like a documentary in this?
Yeah.
They
Do you
did
know
spend
about
a lot of
the
time on
Alcatraz?
it. Yeah,
Alcatraz,
yeah.
Months and months.
They had like a sort of paper mache thing, didn't they?
On the vent that they were
on
digging
the
through.
vent.
So
they had
at
like
night,
a poster over something, didn't they?
Yeah.
That,
This is
that's Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, is it? Oh.
I
When he has the
remember.
poster and there's a massive tunnel behind.
All right, yeah. And Alcatraz was literally just like by their bed, a vent that they had put the paper mache vent over, and then at night time they would like steal spoons from the cafeteria, or the dinner hall, or whatever, and then dig out. But they built like the paper mache skulls, I suppose it is, to try and like
They should
confuse
be
the
pardoned,
guards.
though. Good for them.
And they,
It is pretty
What did they
inventive.
do? They don't even know what they did.
armed robbery, I think. Something like
But
that.
that's so
It's not
classic in
bad.
America. Like,
Yeah.
so some people do that because they have to. You know, they don't have to, but it's some people do it because
The second endorsement of robbery in this program.
no, but it is true. Some people put in situations where they end up being criminals. Like they should be pardoned for sure.
If you were punished for all your crimes, how long do you reckon you get?
Well, there's a library book that I still haven't returned.
Right, 5 to 10. Then.
But I actually didn't return one for ages, and then the guy who owns the library in my town fancies my nan, so he cleared all my debts. So I took out another book, and I never replaced. I still got that book to this day. So I'm still owed. Yeah, I'm behind on some parking tickets,
all your
and all the
thefts.
shoplifting.
Yeah.
Lock him up. That's what I said.
Probably a year, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because now they're actually going on it proper. When I was young, I'd rob up every fucking shop. Apart from if it was independent, I wouldn't, but I'd rob up.
It's good to see you have a moral compass.
No, but yeah,
Ethical robbery.
no, it was. I had to eat though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to.
No, I
eat.
get that. I
But,
only take
yeah, but like I literally there was no food in my house, so we would have to steal stuff. And I started when I was 10. You know,
What's the most expensive food item you've ever stolen?
food item?
Yeah, food item.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, it's just
You got, like-
bunches of food. Like, you know, it's like it was meal deals in the denim jacket pocket.
Right.
You know,
I'm sort of
Right.
like.
Did you have a smuggling jacket?
yeah. Like I'd always have a jacket with an indoor pocket.
Ah, smart.
Right.
You know, like,
I
managed to
operated
get
in a
hold of one
similar-
with an indoor, so I could get loads of
Yeah.
stuff in there.
I'd want
know.
to approach robbery like a buffet. You know how you don't eat any of the rice or the noodles because that's the cheap shit. You want the prawn and
Yeah.
the steak.
Yeah, you want to get the good stuff.
So
yeah.
like, I'm managing sort of swanning around there, bottle of champagne in there, like some smoked salmon, maybe a few Ferrero Rocher in the pocket.
Yeah, when I worked at Iceland for a year, and that I quit shoplifting at that point, and I'd have to stop shoplifters. And there was a guy stealing some scallops, right? Which is the most expensive thing in Iceland, and they only have one bag at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
This geezer was stealing all of them, but he had one bag of scallops in his backpack. And I was like, "Oi, mate!" And he was selling them to the restaurants, right? And I was like, "Oi, mate, you can't do that, right?" And he was like, what you gonna fucking do? What are you gonna do? And he like threatened to stab me like, over some fucking scallop.
Fair enough.
So, like, I was like, fair enough.
Okay, stabbed
And then I
over
told them
seafood.
about it. Like, why didn't you stop him? I'm like, oh, what? Imagine if I died over some scallops at the age of 17. Great. Fucking hell. What did they expect us to do?
At least I worked in Tesco and they had like a strict do not interfere with them, let them leave the shop
Yeah.
policy.
They have that at Tesco. In Iceland, they don't give a fuck. I saw the manager fucking deck a girl once over a fucking box of Weetabix. It was mental.
In fairness, Weetabix are like a $5 now, so
Yeah, Weetabix is actually quite expensive now. Because
Yeah.
I back in the day, that was the cereal of the people.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Once upon a
Now
time.
it's that's middle class now. Heinz Beans is now middle class.
Really?
What the fuck
Heinz
are they?
beans is ridiculously
Heinz Beans
expensive.
Is expensive.
Do you know how much tomato
ridiculous.
ketchup is? Like red sauce is like £3-4 a bottle for the.
Yeah, and people are gonna vote fucking reform. It's only going to make it more expensive. Sorry to get political,
Yeah.
but fucking don't trust Nigel Farage.
Yeah.
He fucking got us into this shit.
I have no idea about British politics to understand what that means.
No,
There's very little political content on this show.
I know there isn't, and I know it's the 60s, right? So we're technically predicting the future. But I am just saying.
Although
like,
Barack Obama was just born.
Barack Obama was just born 2 years ago. So
did you get a phone call saying
fantastic.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers. So brilliant. Lovely stuff. Who else was born? Someone else.
Michelle Obama
Yep, she was also born, but there was
Well, they were born on the same day.
someone
in
else.
the 60s.
Oh,
Someone
in the
else
60s.
who was important was just born, but I can't remember who it is.
I can't remember either.
Anyway, thanks so much for listening to another insightful episode of Radio Rufus. We've loved having the big man, the documentarian himself, the filmmaker, and man of man of culture, Isaac HP, on the show. Thanks for coming on, Isaac. Been an absolute privilege and a pleasure having
Thank you
on.
so much.
You can check out all of Isaac's work across his Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And don't forget to drop a fat subscribe on the Radio Rufus YouTube channel. Follow us on all the platforms. Maybe a fat rating on Spotify as well. Ideally 5 stars, but it's a free country. I don't think... So you can do what you want. Anyway, we'll be back next week. Back to you in the studio.